at Robert Kiyosaki, he's a famous author, wrote some very, very important books that changed people's lives with simple reading, right? And when you look at the cash flow quadrants, he talks about the four quadrants. I'll just go ahead and pull them up right now, right? You have the employment, the E quadrant, you have self employed, the S quadrant, you have the business owner, the B quadrant, and then you have the investor, which is the I quadrant. Well, a lot of people tell you, when it comes to these quadrants, how many people are in them and all this other good stuff here. What I want to tell you is why people, are in them and why they're conditioned to be in them, right? And so when you look at, the largest one of them all, the 60 percenters, those are the E quadrant people, right? Now, everybody in the E quadrant, just want as a disclaimer, is not an employee mindset type person. You have some people who were investors or, who were business owners or who were self-starters that actually fell back into this because they lost, what they had in their position. So they don't count here because they won't be there long, right? This is just a temporary stop for them, right? The E quadrant is mostly for people who they really value stability and paychecks and benefits, over the risk of in entrepreneurship, right? These are people who, when you look at, security, they want security, over freedom, right? These are people who lack, business ideas and some would say have a low economic IQ where they wouldn't know how to begin and don't want to deal with the process. So these people again are just they're okay with security, of having a job. Then you have the S quadrant. These people are the self-employed. These people like independence, and when you look at these individuals, they're highly skilled in a specific area, and that's what they focused on. And so now that's what's taking them out of the E quadrant and giving them, the time where they can actually create as much money as they want, or and also enjoy that with time freedom. Now, business owners, these are individuals who they love systems, right? And these are the people who, obviously they do business in many different geographical locations, but they're also fixed those locations. Okay? No, but these are people who have companies with over 100 people in them. And the thing about those individuals is that they hire people to work for them, so this frees them up so they'll never have to actually work, right? And so they're providing opportunities, at wholesale and they're selling your productivity at retail, which buys them their freedom. Okay. And so that's why they do it. Right? And then you have the investors, these people who they understand, three things: passive income, right? Residual income and wealth growth, by creating assets that's going to grow and put themselves in a position where, they're going to appreciate in their absence. And so what I just want each and every last one of you guys to do is this: just go ahead and figure out which one of these quadrants you're in right now, and figure out what you need to do to graduate to the next one, right? Because one thing about the world that we live in 2025, a lot of you guys saw firsthand the kind of carnage that was left behind in that year when it came to unemployment. 1.4 million people lost their job last year, at a minimum. We came into this year with 7 million people unemployed, right? A lot of people from the government realized that that thing that they were promised and preached to as a youth, man, get you a government job and it's going to be secure income and stuff like that. It's going to be, a job that you can't lose. Well, a lot of them figured out that that wasn't the truth either, right? And what I want you guys to understand is this, when it comes to comfort, guys, there is no true comfort, unless you're a five percenter. Okay? You have some lifestyle, as a self-employed person, but true freedom comes from being a business owner and an investor. Okay? So when it comes to the Build Trading Academy combines the experience of master traders with the genius and simplicity of our Einstein scanner and the automated trading apps Algo Alpha and Omni. Okay? So when you look at what I like about the company that we have right now, guys, it allows people, to build their own economy. So we talked about the economy from last year. Well, when you look at your economy under your roof, it's different than everybody else's to the penny, and you're the president of your household. So it's up to you to make sure it sustains, grows, and that you can make sure that your family has what we call a financial or economic firewall built around it to protect them from all the things that can happen that's out of their control. things like COVID, things like layoffs, rising costs of living in the year which was 2025, right? So make sure you really put yourself in a position where you can start now creating some new income insurance. So you have life insurance, you have car insurance, guys, you have health insurance, you have insurance for your jewelry, right? But most people, who are, really, really good with their job, and I have nothing against jobs. People need jobs, but for you to have a job and not have anything else on the side, you're playing with fire. You're gambling, right? Because when you lose that job, or if someone wants to remove you from that job because they're downsizing, right sizing, or they want to replace you with three people who they can pay the same price for, or AI, right? You have nothing after that. And so learning how to trade, right? Learning how to invest and creating different assets that yield cash flow for you, passive cash flow for you. That's the intelligent thing that you do, and that's how you actually create income insurance. So why should you learn how to trade with us, guys? Because you can trade anywhere around the world with no boundaries, right? Be your own boss, no inventory, no employees, right? No hassles, no infrastructure needed. You get a chance to learn a skill that could potentially supplement your income or replace it. So when we talk about you wanting to fire your boss, guys, you can do that. You can work your way out of a job, right? Freedom ain't free, right? So you learn this skill and you master it. Uh, the world is your oyster at that time. Okay? You can totally turn around and learn it and be the person who teaches your kids and grandkids how to trade. There's nothing like, people like I see Latoya Landry on here who she has her son Cameron trading as well as her daughter Cash investing, who's a college student, right? I see, Dale Boudreaux, who's on here. His son Dale John, trades with him, right? And so I see Dr. Arlene George on here, and Dr. Arlene George, see her and her daughter and son, Sarah and um, Mike, they all trade, right? And so, this is a beautiful thing. So you don't have to ever worry about your kids and your grandkids needing for anything because they can always provide for themselves because they can always create cash flow and revenue. Okay. But to build a financial firewall around your household, as I spoke about earlier, and you no longer have to rely solely on banks, jobs, and outdated systems. I want to touch on banks here. Okay. Banks are one of the smartest business vehicles that you can ever own because when you're running it, you're not running it on your own money. All right, guys, when you open up a bank, you open up the doors and you tell people here, we're giving you free accounts. Well, guess what? When you actually get that free account and you sign up and you put that money in the bank, what you did was you signed a power of attorney basically, and you allowed them to use your money any way they feel like they like to, right? And so they go and they put your money in the stock exchange, in the trading markets, in the forex markets, right? And they put them in futures, options, and they get 200, 300% returns on your money, 2,000, 3,000% returns on your money, and you get what? To keep your money in their bank, right? You get to pull your money out anytime you want to, right? And so, guys, I'm just telling you right now, you need to cut out the middleman. You need to go ahead and become the bank directly or indirectly. And I'm gonna show you how to do that today. Okay. Fastest growing trading demographics. These are just people who are just crowding the market when it comes to trading. Junior and senior college students, they're seeing that, jobs are not going to be around, forever. And they also see how their parents live. So, they don't want to follow in the same footsteps. They want to go out there and work from home and do their own thing. Next gen entrepreneurs, digital nomads who grew up in crypto, YouTube, TikTok education, as they're already familiar with that space, and so they are now leveraging it as well, and they're even creating technology to help them utilize it. Ambitious professionals who want to take control over their income and their time. Again, another demographic, commission sales pros who are looking to make more money. They need more reliable revenue as well. Here, trading communities that are looking for an edge with elite tools, winning algos and real education. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you know somebody who has a trading community and they want to be with elite, right, cutting edge elite tools when it comes to algos and stuff like that, guys, again, just give me about 10 minutes. I'm gonna get to that part because that's very, very key here. And influencers and creators who are looking for a new market to learn and monetize. So again, those are the demographics and that the people who are just coming in by the boatloads. So when you look at Bill, just notice about us guys, we're not a one trick pony. We are a one size fits all because we have different things that we offer even outside of our financial portfolio, which is what you're watching tonight. Right? We have a whole entirely different situation that people can profit from as well. But wealth building is our thing. Okay. Now, we love to work hard, learn hard, grow hard, lead hard, but we also like to travel around the world and enjoy life, right? And then we also want to make sure that you enjoy all the freedoms, the personal freedoms that come with financial freedom, time freedom, stress freedom, right? Location freedom, where you can do anything you want anywhere around the world. Now, this is one of the other things that's pretty cool, right? You have um, different types of different categories and strategies that people can learn how to trade from, right? We're not just a forex trading company or a crypto trading company or just one of those, again, just that's all they do is just one thing, right? We actually have people who teach us how to trade in the forex market, right? People who teach us how to trade in the crypto market, okay, futures market, and options market as well. And again, you have things like gold, USD, US 30, oil, all kind of different things that fall in that as well, that you get advice and tips and coaching on as well. So again, very, very important and very, very powerful program. Now, as you can see here, this is all the stuff that comes in our within our trading and training curriculum. So foundational training, things like introducing you to golds and major pairs like stocks, options, and futures as well, all the way down to demo trading, which puts you in a position where you kind of get a chance to get a feel for the market. You kind of get a chance to see, to push the button and really learn how to trade with somebody else's money, right? Which is very, very important. You're not gambling with yours. So when you start, actually using your money and trading live, then you should have a really good grip on what to do and be really, really comfortable with it. Okay. Now, the trading essentials, how to make trading plans, candlestick patterns, all those good things for those who are pros in the game. But trade psychology for those who are not. There's a whole lot that you have to learn mentally and prepare for it mentally to make sure that you don't become your own worst enemy. Okay. Now, when it comes to tools and software, we have scanners, indicators, we have software and apps as well. And I'm gonna go over those software and apps as well. Right after I tell you um, all the things that people are scared of in the industry when it comes to not having the support, not being able to talk to the trainers and traders live, just basically being in a position where they feel like they're abandoned or whatever it is. A lot of that stuff you won't see here because, our traders, they train all the time. We have a loaded schedule of people trading Forex, CFDs, futures, options, and they're trading them in two different languages. So the traders are always live. The trainers are always live. And so you get a chance to interact with them, when they do that. But we also have a community. That's where you can ask questions and also watch videos and PDFs as well. So you're going to get 100% of everything you need as long as you apply yourself. All right. Now, when it comes to the traders, again, I'll just name off a couple of them real quick here. Ladies first, you got Roxy Castellanos right there, and she's one of our options traders. And Roxy, she actually helps teach kids how to trade, not just adults. But that's one of the things I really appreciate about her. So she's already building the future by building up, skill sets with children. Then you have Donnie Pips. He's again one of our master traders as well. This guy is a forex legend in this industry. He has a E3 strategy that he created that's right now live in multiple companies. Actually, the technology that we use today, the Einstein technology as our scanner, he's actually the creator of the Einstein technology. So his accolades are just extensive. So I'm not going to go over all of them, but just know he's a powerhouse to have. Then you have JC Lara Quinta. Okay, he teaches futures in English and in Spanish. He also teaches CFDs, which is one of the newest things that's on the table that he's teaching. And again, very, very astute, very passionate about helping people. And again, just one of the people that I was extremely excited about bringing on board. But then you also have, Sebastian, Lex, Maurice, and these guys are again great at what they do. Everybody, all of these guys have trading communities, and they have things that they're bringing to the table. So I'm excited for you guys to, when you get started, to have access to these individuals. Now, when it comes to the tools and software, we will start with Einstein the scanner, right? Because again, it's about the actual learning of how to trade first. And when you actually when you learn how to trade something so daunting and scary, you want help. You want somebody there with you. And just imagine having the smartest piece of trading technology in the world, making financial decisions with you, right? Holding your hand, guiding you, basically, treating you as if, Einstein itself was your personal assistant, right? When it comes to trading. So when you look at Einstein, what it does, it actually identifies high probability trade setups that line up with what you have been learning every day when you are, watching and learning from Donnie. So Donnie's teaching the E3, strategy. And so Einstein is actually saying, hey, it's going to send you an alert. And once it sends you the alert, you just go in there, analyze the market, and take the trade if you feel like it's you're comfortable with it. Okay. Now, my wife, again, she's the actual trader of the family. She loves learning how to trade. She's excited about Einstein, and like her Einstein alerts come to her watch, right? And so smartwatch, as soon as it goes off, she goes to the table where her laptop is open to the market. She analyzes the trade. She takes the trade, and guess what? She wins a lot of the times. Like her winning ratio is a whole lot better than the trades that she don't win. So, but she's the trader and she has help and she's is helping her through that process. So it's going to be there with her the whole entire way. Now with Omni, Omni Trading is a technology platform that can mirror advanced algorithms or allow professional traders to execute trades based on predefined criteria. Okay. It's designed to actually minimize human intervention and capitalize on market opportunities a whole lot faster than normal. And I'm just saying you're going to enjoy the speed, efficiency, and the reduced emotional bias when it comes to that thing because we are literally maybe a week away from getting everything perfected on that. So, but the thing that most people like and that they appreciate is that it's an improved member of the NFA and CFTC, U.S. governmental agencies that regulate mirror trading and things like that. Now, I'll go alpha, guys. This is what I really wanted to highlight. And so this is where you really want to get your pen and paper out. This is where I actually have my money here, right? And I did several test trials on different amounts, 1,000, 2,500, and now 5,000, because I wanted to see how it operated at each level. But I'm really excited about it and really impressed with it. And but Algo Alpha is an institutional grade trading software that can mirror advanced algorithms and professional traders to execute trades on your behalf. Now, what that means is if you want to have, access to technology that the banks trade with, that hedge fund companies trade with, that uh, the 401k people trade with, and these investment firms that they trade with, guys, this is that type of technology, right? This technology has been working for over three years, right? And they have over 3,000 customers, that use their software and that technology. And that's pretty for me that helped me with my comfort level. But when you look at Algo Alpha, our users choose the brokers that are available to them in the United States of America or the ones that are available to them in international. So you get a chance to choose your brokers, right? And you set up your trading accounts, and once you actually do that, and let's just say you don't like the broker, you can switch the broker. Okay. But once set up, guys, no manual management of trades is needed. So if you're one of those people who, is like me or who like I was, a set it and forget it type of person, then that would be for you. You set it up. You don't have to do anything manually. Trades are going to be, they're going to go into the market, take the trade, and they're going to come out of the market, and you get the results, right? And so, one thing I did see is that when they were doing it all by themselves, they were winning for me at a clip of 64%, 65% to 35%, right? So I'll take those numbers any day, right? But the other thing is this is one of the key things that you really want to focus on. You get a chance to manage your account, right? Now, there's a lot to this. And when I say manage, I'm not talking about lower level, minimal access. What you'll find is that When I say this is the golden unicorn, guys, and we do something that nobody else does out there, that, and to my knowledge, um, this company, Algo Alpha, allows you to see the whole entire process, the trade as it's live, because most algorithm companies, all you see is, when they take the trade and when they close out. You don't see anything else. You don't have access to anything else. Plus, you cannot start it. You cannot pause it. You cannot stop the trade either, right? You can do all of that here. Guys, guess what else you can do? You can actually log in and take the trade, right? If you see that, Algo Alpha is in the profit, right? And you want to just go ahead and take the trade and take the profit at that moment, you can take the profit at that moment. Like I have a young lady here, who, Sabrina, you saw her log in. I'm not going to tell you how much money she made, but she grew her account 186% in 3 days based on her taking her profits and her going in there understanding what she's doing. And she was able to do that and understand that based on what she learned from Donnie. Okay. And so, guys, I'm telling you right now, I turned around and when she taught me how to do it, and it's put it like this right here. I appreciate the growth and the gains that I got over the first 2 months, but 2 days after that, right, what she taught me, I was able to duplicate in 2 days and continue to scale over the last day to two days to where now, guys, I'm in a position where I'm probably going to triple what I did in my first 2 months in less than a week. Okay, so again, no income claims, nothing like that. If you understand trading, and you'll see that it has nothing to do with somebody promising you money. It has everything to do with having smart technology, like this algorithm set up to get you into the market, and you're just sitting there sniping trades, basically. Okay. And so there are a couple of nuances we'll teach you to make sure that you know how to manage your account properly. But guys, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And everybody I ask, I have not asked one person in the trading arena, have they ever heard of any type of algorithm company allowing you to manage it, to that extent. Okay. So that's important. But trade execution in real time here, this is what it looks like. Market data analysis, basically technical analysis to buy and sell decisions to trade execution. That's basically mirroring the trades of successful traders and providing real-time automated execution, for our community, allowing our individual users the ability to activate their own trades. Okay. But also it can mirror master accounts using algorithmic trading and execute them instantly for our community. So when you look at Algo Alpha, again, no promises of income, but I'm going to show you some. But this is a disclaimer, guys. I'm not going to read it out. Just go ahead and take a screenshot if you want to. All right, and there you go. Now, this is what I want to show you here. Algo Alpha has four strategies, and they're adding more, but these are the four. Three of them have been around for 3 years. One have been around for 3 months, 3 or 4 months. Okay, but this is one of the 3 year accounts where, as you see, this slide is a little bit old too, but I would say the intelligent portfolio is well over 200% growth right now, but it's 192 here on this slide. Okay, and that's in 3 years. When you look at the Algo Alpha, Crypto Alpha, category and portfolio, 658%, guys. 658% growth. When you look at 3 years, let's say you had something traditional and you did really, really well in picking that traditional investment and you were getting 10% per year and maybe 15% in one of those S&P 500 years, and you did that 3 years in a row, that's 45%, on your money, right? Compounded. Um, that's decent. That's great actually for traditional. But 658% growth on your money in 3 years is ridiculous. Now, Algo Alpha, the tracker, the actual tracker, I'm trader rather, 420%, growth in that one, right? This is not as aggressive as the crypto, but it is aggressive, right? Now, when you look at the 3 month one is sitting at 84.7% growth, after 3 months. And actually, that was after 2 months, but it's been around for about four now. But again, just 84%, guys. If you did 3% per month on anything, okay, that's 36% per year, right? This did 84% growth in less than 2 months, almost less than 3 months. Okay, so when you if you want to look at the proof is definitely in the printout, and you can go to myfxbook, .com, and that will actually show you any portfolios and anybody's trading records and anybody's trading history, right, that's attached to Forex industry. So you can actually see that, verify that, validate that, and basically take that to the bank, right? And so excited about that. So myfxbook, .com. Okay. So when you look at people I respect, I only take advice from people I would trade places with. And Warren Buffett is definitely one of those people who has a bank account big enough for me to want to go ahead and trade him mine. Okay. So, but his philosophy is something that I've been using for a long time. And it says that if you do not find a way to make money while you're asleep, you will work until you die. Okay. And so when we talk about passive residual income, that's the type of money he's referring to. Wealth creation, where you're creating assets that actually perform and appreciate in your absence. That's what he's talking about. And those are the things that I've been talking about. So let's make sure you guys, you know, uh, make sure make sure you get your question together so we can make sure we get those answered for you. Now we told you guys we play hard, after we work hard, and traveling is one of the best ways to play. You actually have access to your own private booking engine. At this point, no extra cost to you. But guess what? You now get your trips. Let's just say your bookings rather, so your stays up to 70% off on stays and up to 35% off on cruises, right? 4 and 5 star hotels and resorts stays with 2 and 3 star prices. Over 1 million properties globally, 3,000 discounted curated trips, and every trip is tax deductible, right? And so that's very, very important. And as you can see right there, the $29 family and friends travel plan, that's for people who are not a part of our network. But for $29 a month, less than $350 a year, guys, they get access to everything I just read off to you. So you don't have to worry about, feeling bad when they go on trips with you guys now, because guess what? They get the same discounts you get. Okay. And then you get the free annual, trip on your anniversary every year. And so do they. Okay. And so again, every 12 months, guys, every 12 months that you have a membership, active membership here with us, you're going to get a 4 or 5 star vacation, price somewhere around about $4 or 5 thousand in value. And this is just three of the 3,000 places that you can choose from. Now, when it comes to deals, this is the part where I like to do a little bit of dream building with you guys, because you all have something on your bucket list and you can see, it's not going to cost you what you actually thought it was going to cost you, right? Nobody ever thought that, South Africa, you can get that resort for 225 a night, right? Remember price 144, saving 35%. Miami, Florida Seasons, Four Seasons Hotel, $450 a night, 52% off. Crystal Cancun, all inclusive, $130 a night, right? 51% off. So if you liking what I'm talking about right now, guys, and you see any of these places that you would like to go, just put where you like to go in the chat for me. I just like to know where people like to go, where their bucket list are. All right. And also, if nothing that you want to do is on this list, we can pull it up for you and show you exactly what it's going to go for. But Greece here, Bora Bora here, Dubai, Tulum, Mexico, Las Vegas, right? Rome, Italy, guys, again, all these 35, 50%, 25, 39% off, guys. So we don't do anything for full price when it comes to travel, right? Now, when you talk about the academy, you want to know what's the cost. Well, the core basics is just 199.99 one time, and then 99.99 a month. And I'm gonna just tell you that's a steal. Okay? Because everything you get that we talked about today, guys, minus the technology, right? Um, you pay a lot more than that. I know most people who just give you access to their communities will charge you somewhere between 4.99 or 9.99 down, and they'll charge you 1.99 to 4.99 a month just to learn from them, okay? If not more. And so that's just to learn and have access to them and their videos and their PDFs. Okay. But we're gonna keep it going, and the value is still here, because when you look at the elite level, where now you have everything you had in the core basics, where you're being taught, you have access to the traders, right? Now you also have access to Einstein, Algo, and Omni. So when you look at Einstein, you have access to Einstein for the Forex market only. Okay. Which is not bad. Okay. That's a great deal. Now, also, when you look at Omni and Alpha Algo, you get three different strategies to choose from, and you're getting all this for $499 one time. Okay. For $149 a month. And then you have the Premier. And I'm gonna wrap this up, guys, in just a second because I want to make sure I bring this all the way home for you. The Premier, you get the basics just like you did with the Elite, right? But you now have Einstein for all of the categories, okay? And you also have up to seven strategies within the Premier package that you can choose from, and you can crisscross with between both platforms. So that's 199 a month and 999 down. So again, still definitely introductory prices, guys. These prices will not stay like this. And tell you why. They're not going to go up as drastic as this, but trust me, they're going to go up. But when you look at, Algo Alpha as a company, if you went directly to them, you have three different options: $5,000, for one option down and $499 a month. So $10,000 for two options, right? Two strategies, like we talked about here, and 499 a month, right? And then you have three strategies. They call it the bundle. That's $25,000, right? And that's 999 a month. Okay, so you're getting again the premier for 999 down one time and 199 a month, and you're getting up to seven strategies, plus you're getting trainers and trainers. You get access to the platform, right? You get access to the Einstein scanner. You don't get any of that if you go directly to, Alpha Algo. So the value is here. Okay. So for a person who's saying, you know what, I really, am truly excited about what's going on. Let me share something else with you. Okay. We want to make sure that you have been, because people are going to want to know what you're doing, because you're going to talk about it when you're making money. You're going to talk about it when your investment account's making money, when you're learning how to trade and you're hitting the market up. You're going to talk about it, and people are going to ask you about it. And when they get started, guess what? The company's going to give you some referral bonuses. Okay. But when you get four, if you're on the basic, when you get four people to join basic or higher, guess what's going to happen? They're going to give you your tuition for free. And every month you have four, they stay active. You don't need a new four, just those four stay active. You got a free ride, guys. You can learn it as long as you have for free, as long as you actually have those four on the books. Okay. Elite access, 149.99 a month. That goes away. You get a free ride and free access to the technology. Uh, if you actually enroll or refer four people, with the elite package or higher, okay? Elite or premier, let's just say it what it is. And then for the premier access, myself, that's where I'm at. That's where most people get started at, or that's where they work their way up to, because it has more benefits to it. Okay. 199 a month goes away when you refer for premieres, right? And so that's very, very impactful. So again, when you go back to this, guys, as we get ready to wrap up this first part, I told you about the golden unicorn. Hey, I told you that you're looking at something right now that I have not heard of anybody in this industry doing before. It's unheard of. And for you to be able to have control over your money, being able to pull your money out of the bank account when you want, out of that brokerage account whenever you want to, that's true freedom and 100% control. Okay. Now, other thing that you can do, guys, when it comes to, as we wrap up here, is build a community and a community of people who want to learn and people who want to invest, right? This is what's going to happen. Remember, this is a simple way of thinking about it. Okay. Anytime you actually put a person in a position where they want to go ahead and get a tuition and they get the core essentials for 199, you're going to get anywhere from $20 to $50 for that enrollment. Okay. When they come on the 499 Elite, you get $100 to $200 for that enrollment. And then when they come in on the Premier, you get 999. I'm sorry, you get $200 to $400 on that enrollment, right? And then finally, this is where the community kicks in at. This is the part that I love. This is one of the reasons why I came back because most of my money has been from leverage and creating residual income. I've never seen anything, that I can create a residual income this massive with something this organic. Okay. And let me explain what I mean by organic. Guys, you don't have to come in here looking to just tell everybody about, the company, and what we offer. But let's just say you want to go get your four. Okay. You want to get your four, you go get your four. Guess what? Those four, they know you got your tuition for free. So guess what? They want to do the same exact thing. And nobody's out there trying to build a huge community, right? It just happens organically, right, over time. So when you look at these bonuses, guys, you're gonna see a lot of people who are getting these bonuses already, 250, $700 a month, $1,500 a month, $3,500 a month. They're getting this already, $8,000 a month. And that money is either going into their lifestyle, right? Or is going into their trading accounts and investment accounts, or a combination of all three. Okay. But again, this is not something that for a person who's just want to get in and learn or get in and invest and you don't want to refer anybody. This is not mandatory. Okay. But this is definitely here if you so chose to participate. So, guys, with that being said, what I want to do right now is just close out by saying this. When I appreciate your time, you could have been anywhere except for here with me, and I don't take that for granted, right? But I do want you to know this. Uh, in life, a lot of people have a problem trusting people, and I get it, right? But you're gonna have to trust somebody at some point in time in your life. And in saying that, I'm gonna say this: people don't fail in life based on the lies that were told to them, guys. People fail in life based on the truth that was told to them that they fail to believe. So with that being said, go ahead and get back with the person who invited you tonight, and one, tell them thank you, okay, and two, tell them what you're looking at and how you want to get positioned, if you actually need that, if you're really excited about that golden unicorn I showed you guys tonight, definitely let them know right away so they can go ahead and get you in the market and get you taking profits. So take care, guys. We'll see you guys at the top. We'll see you guys at the bank, and we'll see you guys on the beaches of the world because of the venting. Bye bye for now.